live stream's going to turn out here. We're on the road. I've got my tripod hooked up to the cup holder in the middle of my dash. I hope it's not shaking too much for you guys. I'm not going to be able to read comments or anything right now. Just for some of you guys that might want to join in on the trip, and I'll give you a little bit of update here how we're doing and stuff. Just let me make it really clear, I'm not going to be reading comments. I'm not going to be responding to comments because I'm driving. I'm the only one in the truck right now. So we are moving right along right now. We are somewhere between Knoxville, Tennessee and Nashville, closer on the Knoxville side, but heading back west. As you guys can see ahead of me, the bus is up and going. By the time we got there last night, it was like 7 o'clock or something. So we worked till probably 10 o'clock at night into the dark. We got most of the stuff taken care of last night. We had a few small things left to do this morning. And then we've been on the road since. I mean, it was a 6-hour drive to Tennessee 2 days ago. Yesterday, then I drove 8.5 hours just east of Charlotte, North Carolina to get it. Now we're driving from there back to the property in Tennessee. So we're making progress. I think there's less than 3 hours, or right around 3 hours left of the trip. It's been pretty good so far. We've only had one time where we had to slow down a little bit for temperature. There is no fan shroud on this bus, and we added an electric fan to help, but we couldn't get the door open for the radiator, so it's not exactly in the optimal place. So, I mean, it's been in the low to mid 80s, so we had a little bit there where we had to slow it down just to keep the temperatures happy. All right, you're good to get over. So, it's been going pretty good. I know he's probably pretty happy up there that it's raining, because he was saying it was getting up to over 100 inside the bus. You're good to get back over. So he's probably happy to be out of the sun and stuff. So anyone just joining in, we are taking the new bus back. This is the Silver Sides that I'm getting. We're most of the way through the trip already. I am not able to read comments on this live stream because I'm driving. I'm the only one in the truck right now. So you guys are hooked up to a tripod to the cup holders of my truck. Sorry if it's shaking a lot. I can't do much about that. There's no image stabilization. How's it doing up there? Anyway, the image stabilization on my phone does not work on live streams. Yes, so I just happened to catch someone say it's 93 in Nashville and raining. Yeah, it's a pretty warm day, especially to not have a radiator or a fan shroud on the radiator on that. Like I said, we do have a 1250 CFM electric fan on there, but we couldn't get it to the hot spot of the radiator. It's, you know, to where I could reach my arm in there to install it. The bus is charging. It's got lights. It's got brakes. I mean, it's making progress. It's probably going to be a good few days before I get the video edited for this trip. I'm not exaggerating when it's probably going to be a half-hour to 40-minute video. Yeah, I just happened to catch one comment on the live stream where they said it's 93 in Nashville right now, so let's enjoy the shade and the rain while we can. But anyway, I'm just going to let you guys join in here on the live stream for a little bit for the drive. It's really uneventful so far, just following the bus slowly. I've seen it get up as high as about 67 miles an hour. We were moving earlier today at a couple points. We're trying to keep it between 60 and 65. I mean, it's still a pretty unknown entity to us, so we don't want to push it too hard. You know, sunset's not going to be till 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. That's our only goal, is to make it before the sun goes down. So no need to push it harder than we have to. Also, tomorrow I should be working on that Eagle that had the blower with the bad seals in it. I should be back to swap out the blower off his other engine, the turbo back out, and get it running again. I'm going to try to get that done tomorrow before I head back home. scenery though. A lot of great views. It's a lot better, I feel like, too, coming back than it was going out there. I feel like I have the world's fastest flasher relay in this truck for the hazards. I don't know if you guys can hear that thing clicking. You doing okay up there?
Say again?
You doing okay up there?
Yeah, I just have to go down a gear to keep the engine cool. It's up to 180 in here, which is 20 degrees off at 200.
All right, no problem. And we are fighting with that gauge not being very accurate. It was reading about 150 when we shot the thermostat housing, saying almost 170, so we're figuring 20 or so degrees off. So we're trying to keep it on the lower end of the temperatures. No use pushing it, like I said. We can go slow. We've got time to kill today for daylight. We just don't want to be driving the bus at night. I just saw someone had a comment about hyper flashing LEDs. I do have LEDs on this truck, but I have resistors wired in with them. Also, if you guys are just joining, I'm not really reading comments. I'm driving. I'm the only one in the truck. So unless I just happen to glance and catch it, I'm not reading comments. I think Mom is in the chat. She was supposed to be watching it. Hopefully can answer some of your guys' questions. But I'm the only one in the truck, so obviously I'm not going to be staring at my phone and reading questions and stuff like that. More focused on driving, like some people. You guys should have had the camera on earlier. So somebody was trying to merge between us. Their lane was ending, so I started slowing down to let them over. They slowed down, and I slowed down more than they slowed down, to the point where both of us came to a complete stop in the middle of I-40. That was pretty sketchy. Really need to get train horns on the shop truck. Some people just need to hear a train horn every now and then to remind them that, drive. Holy crap, I just looked at the live show. There's 147 people in here. I think that's almost a record for me, if it isn't a record. Flasher. Fast enough now. Thank you to everyone that came out yesterday to give us a hand. Brandon made another 2-hour drive to come give us a hand with the bus. Bo was out there giving us a hand. The person we bought it from was giving us a hand with it. I got to tour his property a little bit last night and see some of his buses. Really impressive collection of buses out there. been doing pretty good on this trip too. Checked oil before we left. Like I was saying before, the Hyperloop doesn't really say it stops oil leaks or stops oil consumption, but we went from using a quart every 1,000 to about half a quart every 1,500. I put almost 1,000 miles on it in the last 2 days, and we've barely used a half a quart. The very top of the full mark was right in the middle of the full section. Other than that, it's just been going through tanks of fuel. I mean, this thing drinks a lot of gas, but for a $700 truck, I mean, had one decent repair to do to it last week. It's the first time it's really broken on me since I've had it, but it's been doing pretty good. I'm pretty proud that a $700, 270,000 mile Dodge just made it from Indianapolis to Nashville to Charlotte. Now we're on the way back with it, and with ice cold AC. I'd be really happy to get the bus back to the property, though. And you know, it's a long way from being livable right now, but at least now, even if I don't get a chance to come down and do anything else before I have to move, I can at least, you know, throw a bed in there, and I can have the bedroom done in a day or two on the conversion. Hopefully, I'll get some time in the next 2 months or so here to come down for a weekend or two and at least start the conversion on it. But either way, I mean, it's still, I'll be happy to have it back. We'll let the live stream go a couple more minutes here, about the 15-minute mark. I'll probably cut it off. Just like I said before, I'm not reading comments on this. We're just driving right now. We're somewhere between Knoxville, Tennessee and Nashville, Tennessee, heading west. Just an eventful drive. I looked while we were at the last fuel stop too. The bus still has the license plate from the previous owner. Last time that thing was stickered was 2013. Yes, about a minute or so more, then I'm going to cut it off. Why?
I'm going to let you know if you find my balls on the floor, so I can set them off in here somewhere.
Nice to know. I don't know if you guys heard him or not. If not, you lucked out. That's a nice trailer. The heat shield that's on the side of the catalytic converter of this truck has apparently broke one of the welds loose and has a high frequency rattle. But everywhere I've parked this truck the last couple times they stopped has been soaked on the ground, and I haven't wanted to crawl under there with the cutoff wheel and cut that heat shield off. It's really annoying. And it's right about the throttle position it takes to cruise at like 60 miles an hour, which is the speed that we're trying to take the bus back. So I get to listen to that rattle the entire time the radio is off. Although I did get a clip of this thing going wide open through a tunnel with the windows down. It sounded pretty good in person. I haven't gone back to listen to the video yet. I will be editing a video of this entire trip. It's probably going to be a few days before I have time to get to it. Like I said before, I've probably got over an hour of raw footage right now, and we're not even back yet. So by the time I edit it, 30 to 40 minute video, hopefully, on this entire trip from start to finish. Got a job to go do tomorrow in Franklin on an Eagle, and then either Monday or Tuesday, depending on how long that Eagle takes, I'll be heading back to Indiana, then right back into the shop. And then we've got 3 or 4 engine swaps at the shop. We've got a head gasket on a C7 Cat. There's a bunch of stuff to do over there. maybe tomorrow night I'll have a video of the Eagle together, depending on how long I get stuck working on it tomorrow. I'm not stuck working on it, how long I'm out there working tomorrow. If I get back at a decent time, I'll try to edit that video tomorrow night and throw it together for you. I've also got another video that's almost done editing. That red Cummins we've been working on. New injectors are in. It's most of the way together. Then we just pulled the turbo back off it, so the turbo can get sent out. It's an H1C and it's getting a different front half put on it. A bunch of stuff like that I've got to do there.